everyone, it's me, Tiffany, and I'm back to talk to everyone today about connecting with children. If you ever have noticed, when you look at any kind of pyramid that walks you through the process of addressing challenging behaviors, you'll notice at the bottom of the pyramid, it always has relationships, right? Relationships are important when you're working with children with challenging behaviors because if you think about it, you're more likely to listen to and respond to people who you like, people who you know, people who you trust. So when you're working with children with challenging behaviors, the first thing you should always be looking at and putting your focus and attention on is how do I build a relationship with this child so that they will want to listen to me, they'll want to be with me, they'll want to take my advice, they'll want to take my guidance. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a strategy that I have always used and it has worked well when I've been trying to connect with children who I have challenges connecting with, and it's called the 2x10 strategy. The 2x10 strategy is focused on spending 2 minutes each day for 10 days in a row with a child who's engaging in challenging behaviors. Now, some people will say, 2 minutes? Why is 2 minutes important? Well, 2 minutes is important because a lot of times when we're working with children with challenging behaviors, we spend a lot of time and attention addressing their behaviors, their challenges. But then we get those moments in the day when they're meeting our expectations, they're going along with the routines, and they're doing everything that we expect of them, and we kind of take a break from them, so we send this backward message that, if you want to spend time with us, if you want to get my attention, you engage in challenging behaviors. And that's what pulls and swamps me over. So when you're doing this 2x10, 2 minutes a day for 10 days, you're actually putting changing that message and saying, you know what, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to talk with you. I'm going to say, how is your day going? We're going to talk about what is something that's been going well with you. Oh, look at this toy. It's your favorite toy. You brought it from home. Tell me about it. And you're going to start showing interest in the child, and the child's going to start to realize that they don't have to engage in challenging behaviors to get your attention. The other thing is it's going to help you build a relationship and connect with them. I always say, if you think about your best friend and your worst enemy, the difference between your best friend and your worst enemy is the amount of time you spend with them. The amount of time you spend with your best friend, you talk to them in the afternoons. You know their likes, you know their dislikes, you know the things that trigger them, and you avoid them, right? And so therefore, when someone who is your best friend does something that annoys you or frustrates you, you don't write off the relationship. You don't want to cut them off right away because you know that there's a lot of good qualities about them and there's a lot of things that they bring to your relationship that you want to maintain. So when you're doing this 2x10 strategy, you're actually getting to know the child because you're going to be engaging in these conversations. You're going to be doing these things with the child to help you get to find out, what do they actually like? What goes on with them at home? What are the things that they get excited about? What are their interests, right? Do they like animals? Do they like trucks? Do they like going outside and running around? You'll start to learn more about them. And as you learn more about them, you'll be able to adapt your interactions. You'll be able to put more things that they like into your environment. And all of this stuff is going to come from this relationship. So what I'm going to challenge everybody to do over the next week is to really take that child who has been giving you a really hard time. That child has been engaging in behaviors and you're like, nothing is working with them. What do I do? I want you to take this 2x10 strategy and try it and see how it changes not only the child's responses to you and your interactions, but also your perceptions of them, the things that you say and notice about them, and also the way you feel about them, the relationship and connection you have. So I'm going to be adding to the bottom of this video a link which is called my Building Connections link, and you can Building Connections checklist, and in that checklist you'll give you suggestions of things you can do during your 2 minutes with the child. So is it giving them hugs? Is it talking to them about their night before? Is it doing an activity or playing with them on the floor? So for those of you who are like, you know what, I don't really know what to do for 2 minutes, this will give you some strategies. Once again, thank you for listening, and as always, don't forget to check out our blog, www.teachingfoundationsllc.com/blog, to get all kinds of articles, resources, and supports for addressing challenging behaviors in your classroom. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you stay up to date.